I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. Her name is White Rock. Or the Rio Grande Canyon. I went here often when I lived in Santa Fe, and this place was like a refuge to me. Whenever I felt sad or stressed or frustrated, I would come here. Just looking out over the canyon gave me an incredible sense of peace and contentment. I remember moments of sitting there deep in the canyon, surrounded completely by wilderness, and experiencing a rare feeling of total contentment. There was nothing I needed, nothing I was craving or wanting. Total peace filled me. This place just had that effect on me. She felt like a mother to me, holding me in her arms. I'm so grateful for this place. There are times lately that I wish I could go there. Even though the town of White Rock was right on top at the edge of the canyon, I rarely ever saw another person when I was hiking. There is a natural spring-fed pool at the base of a small waterfall that is incredibly idyllic, and I used to go naked swimming in it often and just hang out beside it. It was so magical. One time, the very first year I lived in New Mexico, when I hadn't made many friends yet, and I was quite unhappy and lonely, I went hiking in this canyon and lost the path. I hiked too far and ended up behind Bandelier National Monument, which is where ancient cave dwellings are. The sun went down before I could find my way back, and I ended up spending the night in the canyon, just sitting there waiting for the sun to rise. This unexpected, unplanned camping trip ended up dramatically changing my life and the whole course of events from there on out. It very much felt like a divine intervention, or like Mother Earth putting me in timeout. It's all wet now. want to make videos, a video blog. I don't want to call it YouTubing. That's not fair to the other video blog channels like Rumble and Odyssey and whatever else shows up in the future. And I really hope there is something different, something with integrity. Raleigh! Yeah, anyways, it definitely is, it's a little awkward for me, but I want to do it. And, yeah, I definitely think that it's cool. It's a cool thing to try and do, for sure, especially as an artist and a maker and like a person who likes all kinds of different crafts that I loved foraging, or yeah, it's like the process that goes into my art is definitely worth documenting, and I think I'm missing out a lot so far on, or I'm not wording that right. What I mean to say is that I haven't been documenting it that much, and I think that my audience, or anyone who's interested in my art, anyone who's bought anything of mine, is missing out. I think I'm cheating my audience, I guess, or cheating myself, as far as like when people look at my art, they're not even getting anything close to the full picture of all that goes into it. I'm just kind of realizing that lately. It's like so interesting. It really is. Like, you can go to an art store and buy ink. You can even buy black walnut ink. You can buy natural dyes. You can order them online. But I'm literally out in the landscape foraging all the time. And that's what I love to do. And that's such a big part of my process. It's like going out into the landscape wherever I am. Right now I'm here in New Mexico, but Appalachia, Ireland, and like, it's not just foraging either. It's getting to know the landscape as a being, as a friend, and developing that relationship with her over time. It takes time, and I feel that, just like any relationship. And I do all sorts of things to cultivate that. Including peeing out in nature and just having that interchange. Like, part of me is going into the earth around me. Raleigh, you do that all the time, don't you? You know that. Yeah, we are so disconnected from the earth as a Western culture people that we don't even pee into the earth anymore. Which I really more and more find that so strange, the way that we go to the bathroom. It's just one example of the many ways that we're disconnected from the earth. And yeah, instead of peeing into the earth, which is like a beautiful reciprocity exchange with the earth and is good for the earth and creates compost and healthy soil, instead of doing that, we are literally peeing and pooping into our drinking water system. It's totally weird. And that's considered like civilized and normal. And it's so bizarre. So I guess that's just it's like the Earth Haven part of me. That's not what I meant to talk about. But it is something I think about quite a bit, actually. And I love peeing on the earth, out in nature, in the landscape, and that is definitely part of how I start to create a relationship with the landscape. It's weird, but it's not weird, actually. It feels really good, and it's like, I don't know, it's just something, it's just an intimate way of connecting, in a way, yeah. But this landscape I've come to so many times, and I've had so many different interchanges with this landscape. Raleigh's being so patient. Raleigh, you're being so patient. Thank you. No, he's just sitting there. But yeah, this landscape, this is the red dot, blue dot river trail. Red dot, river, blue dot. That's how it goes. And then it goes into the town of White Rock. And I've had so many beautiful exchanges here in this landscape that there's no doubt in my mind that this landscape knows me and recognizes me and loves me. And I feel that so tangibly. It's clear. We've got to start getting over our I don't know, like Western culture stubbornness about trying to believe that that's not real. Because I just feel like, like boring. I don't know. I grew up with a dad who's like sort of the stereotypical person who doesn't believe in those types of things and laughs at them and makes fun of them and doesn't give it a second thought. And he's abusive. He's an abusive person to his wife and children. I guess maybe those two things go together. I think they do. He's impossible to connect with on a deep level, on an emotional level, and he's abusive. So I think those two things definitely go together. It seems obvious to me. People who do connect with the landscape and are aware that the earth is conscious and alive and well aware of us and very much able to have a relationship with us. Personally, I think those people tend to be less abusive, not abusive, tend to be much kinder people, much more aware people, much more respectful to other human beings and to the natural world. Yeah, I think it's hard to argue that those things don't go together. Here I am, I'm dog sitting because I've been dog sitting, I'm hiking, and I'm here in this beautiful place that I have been to many times and love. One time I camped up on the ledge and I was looking out. It's a canyon with the Rio Grande in the middle. And so I was looking into to the other side of the canyon, and there was like this light above the canyon, and the sun had set, so it was dark, and I just saw light, and it looked like light pollution from a city, and I thought, wow, is that Santa Fe? That is really intense light pollution. That's what it looked like. And then it got stronger and lighter and lighter. The light got more intense and more intense, and suddenly this giant ball shows up, and it's the full moon right in front of me, and it was epic. And I just watched it come up over the canyon. Oh, it's just like things like that here. And this flock of pinion jays just flew like straight at me, and they're these brilliant blue birds, and they make this really unique call, and it was like breathtaking. It was just so bursting my heart open. So many, many things, and there's too many to really mention. These flowers are called Rocky Mountain bee plant, or cleome, or sometimes they're called beeweed. They are native to this region and they grow wild here, and they're really special because if you boil them down, they turn into a black ink, which has been used for thousands of years by the Tewa people, or Pueblo Indians, to decorate their pottery, because the ink has a chemical reaction to the firing process. So those pottery shards that people find with designs on them, those designs are painted with these flowers. I developed a relationship with them and boiled them down and experimented with just painting the ink on paper. And I thought I might paint portraits with it on fabric, but I never did. But I was really excited to find them growing wild here at White Rock. Once I made some flower essence with them using the spring water from the waterfall. I'm here. I'm processing my internship site. 2 sites. I'm painting and I'm really grateful to be out here. What I have to say about that is as far as my thoughts go, I don't know what to say. It's hard to put it into words. I feel like I'm grateful for those experiences, and there's a very tangible feeling of like that's not really the direction that I want to be moving in my life. I don't feel that I don't know, I guess the internship is supposed to kind of like funnel you into a career, you know, in that doing what you are doing in the internship and sort of. And I know there are internship like that I could have chosen or could still choose anything, any like from an infinite number of options all over the world. And it's possible that there would be a better fit for me somewhere else, but I don't even really know how to talk about it. It's too much to say in words, I guess. It's just not what I want to be doing with my life. I want to be painting portraits with plant dyes. That's what I want to do with my life as a career. That's what I want. That is my deepest heart's longing. That's my deepest longing. I want to paint giant portraits on fabric with plant dyes. That's what I want to do for a living. And that's what I've been doing, and I love it, and I want to live someplace really remote and beautiful. And this is pretty beautiful. I'm really grateful to be here. This place has been a friend to me for the last 3 years since I started school at Southwestern. And it's been so good to me to be here. So many different things have happened here that have been such a blessing to me. I watched sandhill cranes fly across this canyon, over in the sky, obviously, through this canyon. I watched this like mist come through and then snow everywhere. I had this flock of pinion jays fly straight in my face when my parents came to visit one time, and they're so beautiful. It was a lifesaver because my parents are toxic. Yeah, and really depressing to be around. I watched a hawk fly overhead just the other day, and 2 crows try to get him out of here for some reason. I wasn't sure quite what was going on. They clearly did not want him to be here. I guess Maybe he was, I don't know, invading their hunting territory. I don't know, do crows hunt? Why would they care? I don't know. And then one time I came here and I got off the trail and I lost sunlight and I ended up spending the night here on accident. I mean, I didn't mean to, but I ran out of sunlight and I had to, but luckily it was like right in the middle of the summer, right near the solstice, and I was fine. You know, I was warm enough, and it was actually a really magical experience. And yeah. So that's what I have to say about that. My internship, I don't know. It's happening. I'm doing it a little bit. Not very much. Not full time, that's for sure. I'm not getting paid. And I want to pursue my art for a living. And I want to figure out a really beautiful, creative way to do that. And I don't see why I can't. A lot of people are doing it. I'm capable, I'm smart, I'm talented, and it's a magical world we live in. And I definitely feel supported by the universe in that endeavor. And I don't know why I went to school at Southwestern. I don't know why. I guess, I don't know, maybe someday I'll understand. Maybe I won't. All I know is that I want to make art for a living. And that's what I want with my whole heart and my whole being. And I want to pursue that with full force. I want to jump off a cliff and fly. I want to pursue that with a vengeance. I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing everything in my power to make that happen. I'm praying. I'm sending out emails. I'm posting YouTube videos. I've put a lot of hard work into it. I have. I've busted my ass for it. I've taken a huge loan out. I went to art school. I mean, not just for undergrad, but like a art school that, you know, had no purpose at all other than I wanted to go there. Post-baccalaureate is useless, you know, other than to literally build up your portfolio and find your voice as an artist. I didn't even get a degree. I just spent a year making art by the ocean with blackberries. That's what I want. That's what I want to do.